So it seems like She-Hulk is going to be one of those disasters that keeps on going after, months and months after the finale premieres, months and months after the show is no longer putting out content. I think this is going to have a ripple effect, not only in the public opinion, the public view of the MCU, of Marvel, and of Disney, but I think it's going to have a very harsh internal consequence when it comes to Kevin Feige's, the power dynamic within the MCU, the power dynamic within Marvel. We'll go into that in 1 second. But as you can see in this article right here, it says She-Hulk writer almost quit over finale argument with Kevin Feige. In my last video, I talked about how I think that there's no way that Kevin Feige, in his right mind, he's clear-minded, he's in full control of the MCU, and he signs off on the She-Hulk show, and especially the She-Hulk finale. That was absolutely ridiculous. I think there's no way that the Kevin Feige that built the MCU from the ground up, that started off with Iron Man 1 and built it all the way up to Avengers Endgame, there's no way that same person is signing off on this abomination of a show. There's no way that Kevin Feige signed off on this She-Hulk show unless he's totally cucked out of power, which I think that's the case. I think that Kevin Feige is losing power because of multiple reasons. I think reason number one is he's gone so far woke that he can't help it but lose power, because I remember for the WandaVision finale, Doctor Strange was supposed to show up. You could even see his shadow. They edited him out of the finale, and Kevin Feige's reasoning for that, he confirmed that he was supposed to be in the finale. Kevin Feige's reasoning for taking Doctor Strange out was he didn't want another white male coming to save the day. Well, I hate to break it to you, Kevin Feige, but you are a white male, and you taking a white male out of the show is kind of another white male coming to save the day. So no matter what Kevin Feige does, now that he's gone woke, there's no going back. He has to go as far woke as possible. And I mean, if he really wanted to be woke, if he really didn't want any more white men coming to save the day, he would step down and never take another job. You know what I mean? Because if he steps down from the MCU and he goes over to DC, he's still a white man saving the day over there. So now that he's gone woke, I think he's just powerless, man. He doesn't want to give up his job. He doesn't want to, hurt his reputation by giving over the MCU to someone who's going to ruin it. But at the same time, he gets threatened over, by these creators, by these head writers. I don't know if Jessica Gao is a famous writer. I don't know if she's a well-known writer or not. I've never heard of her before. So the fact that she's going in there and threatening Kevin Feige with quitting, and it works. We're going to go over that in a second. She goes and threatens Kevin Feige over the plot of this show, because Feige says, no, that's a little bit too ridiculous. We have to reel it back a little bit. And she's like, you know what? If I can't do this, I quit. And Kevin Feige ends up giving in. That is proof, in my opinion, that Kevin Feige has completely lost power. And the fact that she comes out afterwards and exposes that to the public, that she threatened to quit if Kevin Feige didn't give in, and then he gives in, and then she exposes it to the public. That is proof that Kevin Feige is completely cucked out of the MCU. He doesn't have that much power anymore. Because, and it's only his fault. I don't think there's any execs at Disney saying, Kevin Feige, you can't have power. Because he's done so much good for Marvel. He's made so much money for Disney. It's not even funny. So there's no way that the Disney execs are telling him that. He's doing it to himself, because he knows that if he were to, fire one of these women, these blue-haired, shaved-head women, it would not look good for him. He might even get canceled, because once you go woke, man, there's no going back. But here is the quote from the creator, from the head writer. I believe this is Jessica Gao's quote here. The character comes into the real world, breaks into Marvel. You are a machine, and the disbelief you can't suspend is that there would be a baseball hat resting on top of this machine. She's talking about the Kevin Feige machine in the finale of She-Hulk. Gao remembered, and he was like, yeah, I can't. That doesn't make any sense. I won't do it. You can't do it. And I was so furious. This is Jessica Gao being furious with Kevin Feige, the person who built the MCU from the ground up. She's furious with him because you can't do something as ridiculous as putting a hat on the fourth wall break Kevin Feige that's in the finale. It's insane to me that I'm even saying this. I said this, and this is in a meeting with 20 different people. And I said, Kevin, if you don't let me put a hat on that machine, then I quit. And here is the rest of the quote. And then Kevin for a second, he goes, thank you very much, Jessica. You've done a lot of great work for us. We're sad to see you go. So he stood his ground for a second, and then I think he realized, it clicked in his head, wait, if I let her go, she's probably going to cancel me because it's a white male firing a minority female. Can't happen. Can't allow that to happen. And then Sweet Jackson Z from Previs, ever the mediator and hard worker, gently suggested, what if they incorporate into the design of the machine something that would read as a baseball hat? She continued, and then Kevin was like, oh, I'm okay with that. Yeah, so Kevin is not okay with a real baseball hat, but he's totally fine with the fourth wall break Kevin Feige being inside of She-Hulk, talking to She-Hulk, and has a hat on, but it's made out of metal instead of the whatever material his normal hats are made out of. And since it's made out of metal, he's totally fine with it. This makes no sense. Kevin Feige is completely cucked out of the MCU's power. Oh, I'm okay with that. If it's part of the machine, of course that makes sense. And so that was our compromise, and I didn't have to quit over a hat on our little robot. Now, if she's making this public, she's comfortable enough to make this public and tell everyone that she cucked Kevin Feige out of his power in the MCU by threatening to quit. I mean, for one, this is going to make people in the future do the same thing. Realize that Kevin Feige isn't the, supreme overlord that he's made out to be. He can be, he is a little bit of a pushover if you just threaten to quit. So it's going to make people in the future do the same thing. And we just saw that, the Blade people, that the creators of Blade stepped down recently. So things are going wrong within Marvel right now. And I think a lot of it has to do with Kevin Feige. I think he's going through kind of like a crisis. I went through so many versions of this finale, and I don't remember what it kicked off or what kicked it off, but I remember pitching that She-Hulk because the show is so meta. It's so meta, when She-Hulk twerks, man, it's so meta. And it was going to be about breaking the fourth wall, and it was always so inspired by the Burn run, where she had opinions about her story, where she wanted to actively yell at creators and change things that she didn't want was going on, blah, blah, blah. I think I pitched that she goes to Marvel Studios, a Disney lot, and speak with Kevin, and I initially pitched that she goes through all the security and goes into his office, and we stunt cast it with super handsome, debonair, like a George Clooney in a tuxedo. Dude, this is bad, man. This is horrible. Another thing that I don't understand, this is the article from yesterday's video. Whenever she says that she loves trolling the trolls, pretty much what they're trying to say, and there's a lot more to the quote than that, but I read it in yesterday's video, so, oh, damn, there's the toes again. I'm getting that off the screen, I'm sorry. Read it in yesterday's video, saying that she made this show with the intention of just trolling the trolls, which is really stupid. What that really means is that they knew they weren't able to write a good show, so they immediately, I mean, we know this. We know that Hollywood does this all the time. They immediately just blame it on people not liking women superheroes. Blame it on the incels, blame it on, those sexists that review bomb everything. Everything's a review bomb now. There's no shows that ever actually has a bad rating. Everything is just a review bomb. So blame it on those guys who just don't like women, it's not about making a quality show or anything like that. Before the show comes out, before they even start writing the show, they already know nobody's going to like it. I think that's because they don't know how to write a good show. They only know how to virtue signal. But what they're saying out loud is that it's because of those sexists that review bomb everything on Rotten Tomatoes. So they decide before they even try to make a good show, hey, let's just make a horrible show. Let's bait everyone into disliking the show. And then let's own them in the end. We're going to totally own them in the finale of the show. Just wait until they find out that we've been trying to make a bad show the whole time. That's going to be so funny. I don't understand. I don't understand these people. I can't for the life of me understand how. That's like, imagine an NFL player were to just, a quarterback just threw like 10 interceptions in a game, and then after the game he's like, oh, your fans are so stupid. I tried to throw those interceptions. I sucked on purpose. You're so stupid. I just owned you. I just trolled all the trolls that were telling me that I suck for throwing 10 interceptions. It's so stupid. It's like, but the quarterback knew before the game that he sucked, so he just went into the game and tried to suck as bad as he could, and then let everyone know that he sucked on purpose, so we're supposed to think this is some sort of genius display of talent. It doesn't make any sense at all. I'm so glad I came back to YouTube, man, because I would be having these thoughts and would have no way to get them out. And honestly, getting them out and being able to talk to everybody in the comments it's been awesome, and seeing all the support, it really does mean a lot. I know I'm kind of going off on a tangent here, but it really does mean a lot. I appreciate all the likes. I appreciate all the comments saying, they're happy to see me back. I'm happy to see all of you guys too. So hopefully I'm here for the long haul. I should be starting to stream again soon and stuff like that. Once I get a little bit more time. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching the video. Let me know what you guys think about this whole She-Hulk situation. I saw there were some people saying that they like the show, so I don't blame you if you do. I don't understand how you do, but I don't knock you for it. If you do like the show, props to you, whatever. But let me know what you guys think about the whole situation. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I hope to see you in the next one.